Well, Merry Christmas. In the holiday spirit, we've got the 12 Days of Contractor Christmas. I'm going to get you to sing by the end of it.
It's great, man. You're getting better.
Oh, well, thank you. Scope creep's our first one.
It's scope creep. It's common as dirt. Scope creep can be good if you do the change orders, which we'll talk about later.
2 payment disputes. Who would have known?
I have a client where I had a long conversation. The guy's 30 days behind on a huge amount of money. And usually, by the way, when somebody doesn't pay, it's because they don't have the money.
9 late nights. Overtime. Losing margin on the jobs.
When things go smoothly, you usually wind up not having the extra hours.
I'm pretty surprised that there's only 12 missed emails.
Almost all of these were negative. They're all influenceable, not necessarily controllable.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Expert advice, practical tips, real-life stories. Have less stress, more time, and more money in your business. Welcome to the Cash Flow Contractor.
Martin, why don't you give us a little head nod to start our episode today?
I don't know. Can you hear that?
Loud and
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I know we're recording this
thank you,
early,
sir. You
but
too.
I hope it's a wonderful holiday to you and your family. We still haven't gone
has
to your
been
holiday
so
party
far.
yet. It's in a couple, well, not even that, like 9 days or
So
something
a week
like
from
that.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot. Christmas is only like, what is it? 12 days away? No.
You're just saying 12 days because that's our episode today.
Oh, that's where, yeah. It's 21 days away.
Yeah.
20 days away.
Well,
Anyway, yeah.
in the holiday,
Well, we do stuff like this.
yeah, in the holiday spirit, we've got the 12 Days of Contractor Christmas. I'll do the singing for it. Maybe I'll have Martin sing a little bit too.
Martin doesn't sing.
Right.
He does lots of
We
things
can sing
that
it
are stupid,
together
but-
for our audience. That would be so great.
Wow, man. I don't know. Aren't there standards for podcasts? Some sort
Not
of-
this one. There's no
some
standards
sort
on
of
this
standards. Yeah, I don't know.
one. Okay, so this will be fun. We'll go through the 12 days of Christmas. It'll hopefully be funny. Or sorry, 12 days of Contractor Christmas. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll start us off. I'm going to get you to sing by the end of it. We'll give some little tips, or I don't even know what we're going to do in between each day, but here we go. On the first day of contracting, or maybe we'll just keep Christmas. On the first day of Christmas, my business gave to me 1 scope creep in a pear tree. So
Okay.
scope creep's our first one. Martin, what do we know about scope creep?
That-
We've talked about it before.
It's common as dirt. It's a little bit of a sign of a company that's not systemized properly, and perhaps it happens more with new guys. Scope creep is new guys because they allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Customers kind of their boss. They feel a little bit inferior to their customer, so they just start adding things without charging. Scope creep can be good if you do the change orders, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of saying yes to anything. It's going to tie into a couple of things that we'll talk about soon on future days of Christmas. But I think the main thing is just really defining the scope of work very clearly, getting signature on it, and sticking to it. And anything beyond that, you've got to have a change order for, and just say no and don't concede. So
Yeah,
that's
simple. Just say no.
it's simple, but it's not necessarily easy for some people.
No,
you know?
it is not easy.
So, okay, so let's go to the second day. On the second day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 2 payment disputes and a scope creep in a pear tree. All right, so 2 payment disputes. Who would have known?
Well, those are unlikely also. I mean, they hardly ever happen, but
yeah,
we've heard about them. And it can be several things. It can be just they said they pay on the 20th of the month and they don't.
right.
And I have a client where I had a long conversation with yesterday who the guy's 30 days behind on a huge amount of money.
Yeah,
And client's a little bit held hostage because this is a very big and important customer. But he's also at the point where he's got to quit working for him and go do some cash jobs. So payment disputes can be that sort of thing. That usually, by the way, when somebody doesn't pay, it's because they don't have the money.
That's usually
It's
the
not that
case.
they don't. Or well, I take that back. We did an episode on it too. They don't have the money, or there's something wrong in your invoice, and you send them an invoice, and somebody's got to fix it, and in the meantime, they set it on the corner of their desk, so you can do something about it. But this is a pretty dismal Christmas season we got going here because we're going to have more disputes. It's only going to get worse.
Everything you just said, yes. But it's also not following up. Like, just, what was the, Jan Reeves, is that her name?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
You just, are you following up on the
Get
invoice, or
paid.
are you just like, no, we sent it and we haven't heard back? You know, like, well, that's not really a
Right.
dispute. That's like, hey, let's start the dispute process.
Right, right. And then another kind of dispute is that you didn't do the work you said you did,
Right.
or they say you didn't, or the quality isn't there, and they want to do inspections.
Yeah.
So they're all kinds, but they're not fun, and they can generally be handled best or reduced by processes and systems.
I love it. Okay. Let's go to day 3. On the third day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, 1 scope creep. Or sorry, 2 payment disputes and a scope creep and a pear tree.
In a pear tree,
There
there
we
you
go.
go.
Sorry, audience, if you're tired of this singing voice.
Yeah, well, we're not done.
Okay, so 3 callbacks. How fun. Having to do rework, the guys didn't do the job right. The sub didn't, we didn't bring the materials, whatever it is.
Right.
There's a
Right.
callback. And it's just pure expense, baby. Just
Yep.
throw it on there.
Yeah, not much. That's the same kind of thing where if you've got processes to, pre-job processes, the daily huddles, so it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have to tell a geezer story, but
Okay.
when I ran that sprinkler company, we didn't have any kind of cell phones or anything. Pagers came out. That was new. But you'd head off to a job and forget something and be 10 miles away. You had to stop at a payphone and call the office and say, can you grab Jimmy before he leaves? Oh, he already left. You didn't have any way to make that up. So you had to get it right because, now you can just call and say, hey, have him turn around. He's only a mile away. Pick up the shovels, whatever. Anyway, communication. Well, I won't even go into GPS, but anyway, I'm clear off the topic.
No, and again, like if you have a very clear scope and you've done your prep and
Right.
you've done everything necessary, you've gone through checklists, hopefully you don't have to do callbacks. There, in some ways you can't avoid them,
I have a
but there's a lot you can
client
do
I'm
to
working
prevent
with
them.
right now, and one of the biggest problems is not having the parts. The guys can do it, but they don't. Anyway, they're more service than contracting. But you got to have the parts, you got to have the people, and they got to know what they're supposed to do
Yeah.
and when they're supposed to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Day 4. On the 4th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. 4 no-shows.
One that I've got a client that we deal with that all the time. He's getting better because he's finally letting people leave his employment. But don't even call in. No show, no call.
Yeah.
Or call in at 10 to 9 when they're supposed to be at work at 7. Oh man, whatever
Yeah.
it was,
It's
wrecks everything.
even me at times. I'm not a contractor. I think about, man, I should really start a contracting business. And it's things like that people don't talk about or think about whenever they're starting a business. Because up to this point, some of these you can kind of control. And sure, you can control no-shows, but in reality, no. Like sometimes just the type of people that you need on the job site are also the type of people that are going to have no-shows frequently. And that's just the reality.
That's a good point you made there, that you can control some things. My father used to say all the time, control is an illusion.
Oh,
You don't ever control anything, but you can heavily influence them.
yeah.
And everything we're talking about there can be heavily influenced by preparation and contracts and systems. And people who don't show, That's kind of a chronic deal. People tolerate that for a long time. But when you make up your mind, you're constantly recruiting. If you could go out and recruit the right person, the A+ player, every time, it'd be simple. You can't.
You can't.
You pick one that looks that way and you find out, confirmed or otherwise. But you just have to keep sifting through and you accumulate A+ players.
Yeah.
And then 4 no-shows doesn't happen. Or
Yeah,
very
and
rarely.
you've got to stop it. I mean, the more that you concede, which we'll get to in a minute, the more that you concede and allow that behavior, the more that you've set the standard of what your culture is, and you're going to see more of it. So the less you accept that behavior, which is painful, because you do need a heartbeat sometimes. And if they're not going to show today, but they'll be there tomorrow, that's okay, because we got to get this job done. But the more that you accept it, you're setting your standards by allowing that behavior.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's not easy. Day 5, on the 5th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 5 change orders.
Oh, man.
4
you're doing well.
no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. All right.
Yes.
5 change orders. We kind of got excited on that one, like the 5 golden rings.
Well, you should have, because it can be great.
It can be great. Why can it be great, Martin? That's an important thing to call
Well, I
out.
was going to ask you why it can
Well,
be
it can
great.
be great because if you're doing change orders properly, you are bidding. It's almost a guaranteed bid, essentially, right? And you should be doing it at a much higher rate because the scope is changing. There's additional work that you're having to put into it. It should not be bid at the same rate, essentially, as your original bid. It should be, in my opinion, at least 1.5 x.
Right.
Sometimes even more,
Right.
depending on what it is, right? You should be able to have a
Yeah,
higher
it messes
margin.
up, putting in 2 more boards, it costs a lot more than the 2 boards.
Yes, and that's the big mistake that people make is they just, oh, we're already here and all that. No,
No.
There's a lot of work that goes
Here.
into just changing the plan, communicating with the subs, finding additional people, getting the materials,
Owning
waiting
all
for
the
the
equipment
supplier,
that you
the
have.
delays
Yeah.
that cost you, more time on the project, et cetera, et cetera. So you've got to be really thinking about what the real cost of those 2 boards is, right? Okay. On the 6th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 6 customer concessions, 5 change orders, 4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree.
Khalil, you're pretty good,
Trying,
man.
man.
Really? Really?
My wife's going to laugh at me
Karaoke
if I
king?
show this to her.
What do you mean if? let me know if you're not going to.
Probably not, but yeah, you will.
Well, then I know somebody who can.
There you go.
So,
So customer concessions, we love these, don't we?
oh,
But sometimes
this
don't you?
conversation-
Isn't it worth just conceding?
not just conceding. If you really messed up your bid on somebody,
Yeah.
and it's really kind of on you and they didn't have knowledge, it's okay to give somebody something, but almost forget I said that, because I had this conversation yesterday was part of a 2-hour conversation. People are always press you for something. And the more you give it to them, and that includes subs who work for you, not just your customers.
Yeah. And employees.
I mean, I had a client who went out of business, and basically this is why. He had a verbal bid from a guy to do a job. I'm thinking of one, $8,000. When he got done, he said, "Oh man, it was more than I thought, bigger than I thought, longer than I thought. It cost me 88. We billed him 8,800, and he paid it." We did that all the time. Well, you can't do it. If you get a bid from a sub or you give a bid to a client, that's got to be what it is, or you'll get the reputation. If you really messed up.
It's kind of like a fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me situation, where if that subcontractor really thought their cost was $8,000 and they're doing a really good job and they're easy to work with, they're loyal to you, there's a synergy between you guys, you align on a lot of stuff, you want to keep them around, you may concede that $800 on the first one. But you have a very frank conversation where you say, hey, if this is going to work for us, you've got to get your pricing right because I can't do this. If I'm paying $800, $1,000, $5,000 more than what you bid it at every time, I'm going to go out of business. So if we want to work together, your price is your price. Done.
Yep.
Right? So I'm all for conceding as a way of finding a resolution to go forward. But if you're conceding just to get out of conflict, there's almost no situation where you should be doing that. Unless the conflict is truly costing you more than the concession.
Concessions are an easy way out for a lot of people. I mean, that's a way to make the sale.
They're
you know,
concessions are a mindset of fear.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
Yeah.
There are cases, but I want people to think in the other.
Sure.
No, I got a bid here. I got a contract here. Got a guy in Florida that I've talked about before. We talked about this yesterday. He's got a good contract. Had a guy going, well, I thought you were going to do this. He goes, well, let me pull the contract up. Got it right here on my phone. Nope, says this. And I go, okay. You know, if you don't have contracts, you don't have a system, don't have a process. Well, you told me. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, you did. And then it doesn't end well.
You know our stance. Let's move on. On the seventh day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 7 supplier delays, 6 customer concessions, 5 change orders, 4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. All right, 7 supplier delays. Fired that supplier.
Well, that happened to Grant, our mutual client in Kentucky.
Kentucky? What are you talking about? I don't know a Grant in Kentucky. Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Same difference, right?
Over there. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he might be listening. No, he had a bunch of materials ordered for a job well in advance and was getting close. He called the guys up and said, when can I expect that? And he goes, oh, crap. They forgot to order it. It was like a 3-week delay. And you can just imagine how the end user, the general contractor and the customer feels about that.
Yeah, you got to...
So that's an obvious system that you can check.
I think that especially if you're big enough, like if you probably have a bench. You don't just have one supplier. You have backups. But 2, I would think that you would want to have, and I see this with some of the best people, they have a great relationship with their supplier and they meet with them almost every single week. It's not like a long meeting. It's maybe a 15-minute phone call, but they're reviewing the status of all their orders, And if you're doing that, that means that, yeah, you may have delays, but you're going to know about them in advance if it's a good supplier relationship, and you'll be able to search around if necessary. But yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. 7 supplier days. Something I want to point out, Martin. By the end of this, on the 12th day, there's going to be 42 supplier delays because every day you get 7 more. So we're probably going out of business at this point on a lot of these things.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah, either that or you got quite an operation.
Okay, let's keep going. On the 8th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 8 sick employees, 7 supplier delays, 6 customer concessions, 5 change orders. These change orders are keeping us in business. 4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. 8 sick employees.
That's going to happen. You can't.
8
Well,
is a lot.
I said earlier.
8 at one time.
Well, it depends.
That's rough.
If you have 150 employees, it's
No, but if you have 10 employees,
probably
8's a
below it.
lot.
Yeah.
We're stopping projects.
Soccer teams
Yeah.
and Tour de France teams decided to go after every little thing that gives them an edge, and one of them was things like don't get colds and don't get the flu, and don't talk about vaccinations or not, but you can do things and require people to be healthy and have healthy habits and make that a priority. But that's getting pretty sophisticated if you think you can start controlling people's health.
No, that's one of the things that you can't really control. Obviously, there's things that you can do, but budget for it too. Obviously not maybe 8 at the same time, but budget whenever you're planning on doing the timeline for a job. If it's longer than a week, okay, well, let's assume that one of our guys goes down.
What happened? Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe 8. Well, that's a concession at that point.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. All right. On the 9th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 9 late nights, 8 sick employees, 7 supplier delays, 6 customer concessions, 5 change orders, 4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. My voice is going to be gone after this.
Oh, it's great, man. You're getting better.
Oh, thank you. So 9 late nights, overtime, losing margin on the jobs, not spending time with family, causing us to get sick because we're working too much.
Yeah, I know. I actually thought of that when you start working 12-hour days, it's easier to get sick.
9 late nights,
Yeah.
that's more than there are days in a week.
Well, they don't all have to happen in the same week. Or you can run right through a week and keep going Monday, Tuesday of the next.
Yeah, well, by the end of this, I don't know how many late nights it's going to add up to, but it's like 30 or something like that. It's a lot. So, yeah, I think,
36.
what do you do about late nights, Martin?
It's scope creep, or it's something went wrong with the weather, things like that. It's usually not just sloppiness. There's a reason for it. And sometimes it's the smart decision.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
if I work tonight, I can demob all my equipment back to the shop and be ready on Monday morning.
Right.
As opposed to, I'm not working late nights. We'll go out there Monday, finishing Monday at noon, mob the stuff back. You lost a day, and you lost that much of a job. So sometimes you have to do it, but it's just when things go smoothly, you usually wind up not having the extra hours.
I think there should be something, some sort of process where if we have more than X amount of overtime, significant overtime nights or weekends, whatever, we do a job review of why did that happen and how can we, not have to have that in the future. But that's also sometimes how the red tape gets put into businesses of like, oh, well, we don't do that because one time we had a late night. And
well, we've talked about it before. We're talking about getting your hours right in job costing, where you plan versus actual. This is what we plan, labor, materials, and all that. And this is what actually happened. That's where management takes place.
yeah, exactly.
That's where you go figure out, what do we have to do?
Yeah.
We didn't bid it right. We need more guys per unit. Piece of equipment couldn't show up, so they couldn't what was it? And you figure it out and just get better and better and better.
Yeah. If you've made it this far in the episode just listening and you're hearing a bell jingle, it's Martin's elf hat that he's wearing right now. Just to clarify if you're not watching. Yeah, that's great. Okay. On the 10th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 10 dirty job sites, 9 late nights, 8 sick employees, 7 supplier delays, 6 customer concessions, 5 change orders, 4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. 10 dirty job sites, Martin. We're doing 10 different jobs at the same time. That's great. We're rocking and rolling.
Now, the dirty jobs comes from a home builder that I knew, and they want to go in, the salespeople want to go in and show the house even before and they go in there and their wrappers from hamburgers, coffee cups and everything, just cords lying around thrown on the floor. Yeah. And that's a missed sales opportunity because the salesperson wouldn't take them in. Anyway, so that happens. That happens a lot. And the other thing about a dirty job site is it contributes to dirty work.
Absolutely.
When people are working neat, square, and level, clean, things go better.
Oh, always. A clear desk is a clear mind. A clear job site is clear.
I know
clear
that
work.
because I've seen people do it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I did it.
Yeah. No, I've done it. I've had messy desk and all the things in between. I mean, that's why I like coming home to a clean house, because I can actually rest.
Yeah.
Anyways, we all get it. But yeah, dirty job site, it's again something that if you allow it, you're setting the standard for what your culture, what you accept is the culture of your business. Obviously, you've got subs. that you don't have as much control over. Maybe you are a sub and you can't control the job site because of other subs, but you can control what you can control. You can have conversations about things. You can set standards and expectations. And hey, I'm not taking your bid this time because last time everything was a mess. I can't accept that.
Yeah.
You know, those are kind of the conversations you probably should have. So, okay. On the 11th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 11 unpaid invoices. Is that what we're doing? 11 unpaid invoices?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
Man,
well,
you got
we
an
were
accounts
talking about
receivable problem.
retainages, but
Let me go back into this. 11 unpaid
Well,
invoices. I'm not going to sing this one. Let's do the 12 with a big hoorah. 11
Yeah.
unpaid invoices on the 11th day.
what we were really thinking about was, or what I was thinking about was, that you either have a final payment of 10% or whatever it is, or you have some invoices that are coming up that you're counting on, and you have an agreed schedule and all that, but they don't show up. They might not show up because in some cases, the general or whoever's paying you doesn't have the money yet, right? But a lot of times they don't show up. Well, I don't like the way this worked out. We got to meet on that. But I'm in Ohio, so I can't meet until next week. But I'm not going to release payment until we get that figured out. So those kind of things are frustrating, and if you don't have a sufficient cash reserve, they're always really a surprise and not a good one.
You could also even have it as 11 unsent invoices, which I think is also very common.
True.
Which we're delaying sending the invoices for probably out of a fear mindset, but God knows why. We don't think that we deserve to get paid. We're worried what they're going to say. We want to make them feel better, da-da-da-da-da.
That is, I wasn't even going that route, but that's so true.
So true.
A lot of times they just don't do it because it's 4 o'clock. I go home. It's Friday. I don't get back to the office until Monday. I go through my stuff and don't notice it. Maybe I finally get around to invoicing. Got to call somebody to get a verification of a number. It's not available. So it's Wednesday and you send the invoice. So, it's 5 days later. And anyway, that happens. Or you miss they pay invoices on the 20th and your little delay shows you the 21st. Well, now you got a month. So anyway, it happens all the time.
The sooner you send it, the sooner you can get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And send it. And your deal about being scared, absolutely that happens. A lot of people listening and be going, what? What are they talking about? But a lot of people listening and be going, I know exactly what they're talking about. I didn't send that invoice. I waited because I felt bad about it. I thought we were going to be confrontational. I've had people tell me, 60 days later, well, it's too late to send it now. I go, no, it's not.
No.
They owe you the money. They just owed you for 60 days.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to, anyway, do it.
There's your, what is it? 2 payment disputes. There it is. There's one of them.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Okay. We've hit the 12th day. Here we go, Martin. At least sing the change orders part with me.
I'll do it.
On the 12th day of Contractor Christmas, my business gave to me 12 missed emails, 11 unpaid invoices, 10 dirty job sites, 9 late nights, 8 sick employees, 7 supplier delays, 6 customer concessions, 5 change orders,
There you go.
4 no-shows, 3 callbacks, 2 payment disputes, and a scope creep in a pear tree. All right, we did it.
Excellent.
So 12 missed
Excellent.
emails. I really essentially just a lot of things that are falling through the cracks because obviously we have 11 unpaid invoices and 10 dirty job sites. And we're working
And we
late
got
nights.
people that aren't at work and they're not getting stuff done. But, almost all of these were negative because we couldn't think of any positive things. Somebody paid me a bonus. No, we can think of
Yeah.
completed 5 jobs on time and got an award but these are all things that really happen. They're all influenceable, not necessarily controllable. And how many did we figure? There's 360.
So just
What is
for
it?
anybody that's curious, you have 12 scope creeps. You have 22 payment disputes. You have 30 callbacks, 36 no-shows, 40 change orders, 42 customer concessions, 42 supplier delays, 40 sick employees, 36 late nights, 30 different dirty job sites, 22 unpaid invoices, and 12 missed emails, all in 12 days.
Yeah.
So
And if you're still going to work, you're a monster,
it's just the gift that keeps giving.
a beast. Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes people feel that way about business, but still, it's worth it. Usually,
I mean, honestly,
in the long haul.
quite frankly, I'm pretty surprised that there's only 12 missed emails with all the other things that are happening in our construction business right now.
Yeah, every one of those is generating an email.
Maybe we're actually pretty good at emails at this point. Maybe that's a positive. Okay. Well, in total, that's 364 problems, almost one for
364
every
it
single
is.
day of the year, but in 12 days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you get them all at once. Yeah, if you haven't left, sometimes it feels that way,
yeah,
you know?
it does.
So- Well, Merry Christmas to everybody, and
Yeah,
hope
Merry
that this is
Christmas.
a theoretical exercise.
I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
the episode, the 12 days. I hope you don't have any days like this holiday season.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there's some truth to some of these. Yeah. Merry.
Yeah, and that day 12 is kind of rough.
Oh.
Everything, you get everything.
Yeah. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Martin. Happy New Year. Maybe we'll do
You
a New
too.
Year's episode for this next one. But
Okay.
yeah, I will see you at your holiday party.
Okay.
All right. Take care, Martin.
Hasta luego, man.
See ya.
You made it to the end of the episode, but before you go, if you found yourself thinking about growing your construction business while listening today, I want to share something with you. It's called our 24 Things to Hiring and Training the Perfect Executive Assistant for Your Construction Business. And it's a free guide that we've created. It's not theory, it's what we actually use to help contractors hire the perfect executive assistant. And really, we help you find ways to delegate over 50% of your current workload and get back 20 hours of your time every single week. You didn't start your construction business to just be doing admin work, to be buried in paperwork and endless admin tasks. This is the guide that shows you exactly how to find and train someone who can actually take all that weight off of your shoulders. So this is a real actionable, great PDF that has templates and processes. It's really, really great. And I want you to check it out, even just to get your feedback and how we can make it even more valuable. But I know that you're gonna love it. The link is in the show notes. Please download it. We'd love to see how much of an impact it makes on you and your business. Thanks for listening to the full episode. Check out the guide. It's free. No reason to hesitate. No reason to wait. Download it now. And before you go, I just want to ask for your gracious subscription to our podcast. So if you have 2 seconds, it means the world to us. Just subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or if you'd like our weekly newsletter delivered to your inbox whenever we release an episode, please subscribe in the show notes. Every week, we're talking about real strategies on how you can grow and build a profitable construction business that runs without you, so you can have less stress, more time, and more money. Click subscribe wherever you listen to the show, and thank you again for checking out The Cashflow Contractor. See you on the next episode.